Hey guys, Kozen here. Just wanted to do a quick video, primarily for people I run with and people in TA who want to get a little sweatier with their gameplay, empower them with some knowledge on pre-buffing through Wizard's Ward functions. So today we're just going to talk about three things: pre-buffing with certain skills and pre-buffing with arena weapon swaps. And just going over how people are doing that when you see streams or videos and people are getting these crazy bursts of 300k. So I'll switch over to ESO and showcase some of that stuff now. So first things first, you're gonna have a bunch of setups for a raid. Here I have like a Kind's Aegis setup that I'm doing for like a beginning score push prog with a bunch of new DPS. So I'm mainly making this video for them, but also just for anyone else. I figured I'd share it for the PA. So I like to, use the Wizard's Wardrobe next setup function, which can be found under controls, and then you're going to find your Wizard's Wardrobe, here we go. So Wizard's Wardrobe, and then down here you're going to see equip next setup. You can make it whatever bind you want. I just chose something that the game doesn't need and is easy for me to hit, but not to hit accidentally. So I like anything on the numpad is really popular for people who use controllers or PC, because nothing over there is really important. Anyways, that's how you do that, and it's just important that I showed you guys that to explain this next part. So anyways, I have a bunch of setups here, and when you use that next setup thing, it really inflates your setup. So it's not like I'm really switching gear all the time here, but I might be switching skills, or I just need to move along my setups so that when I do switch gear and skills for bosses or certain trash packs, the next setup stays on the current page and can go to the correct thing the next time I hit it. So that's why it kind of inflates it there. But let's say we're pulling the last trash pack before Falgraven, and we're about to go into Falgraven, and I want to do a little damage. As a tank, it's not going to make that much difference since I'm not full out parsing Falgraven, but hey, can't be hypocritical if I'm asking my DPS to pre-buff and I don't. And I have the time anyways since we're just waiting. So I'm in my trash setup gear, which is completely different from what I want to wear on the boss. Some people do this by being naked on the pre-buff setup with just the bow equipped, and that's totally cool and actually helps, in my experience, not getting stuck. But I can't do that, unfortunately, because I'm wearing completely different gear from what I'm going to wear on Falgraven. So I saved my gear plus a VMA bow on my back bar. So I'm in my trash setup, as you can see in the bottom right there, 3.4 trash. I'm going to hit that num enter key to switch to my pre-buff. And then, if this is like a live pull, I'd be running in, and I'll start a Hodor countdown. So I'd walk up, and you want to do your longer lasting dots like Scalding and Trap and Cow Traps first, and then you would do the bow, and then switch weapons. And you're ready to go. So actually what I did there was wrong and a big noob trap. I did it intentionally just to show you guys. Sorry for my cat's tail. So you will get stuck more oftentimes than not if you don't sheath your bow and kind of don't sprint, don't pause when you're pre-buffing in a rush, right? Like most of the time you're running up to a boss and trying to get your pre-buffs off. But it's really important, since Endless Hail has a 2-second delay, you want to go as close to 2 as possible. But it's important that after you cast it, you sheath your weapon and then hit your next setup. And that way you won't get stuck with a bow back bar, and then your setup switches your skill, and you literally have no way to proc your Berserker enchant and use like Wall or Hail. So that's like a big noob trap here. A lot of people get stuck when you try this out for the first time. I'm sure it'll happen to you a lot, so try to do it in cores or open runs where the raid lead won't get mad at you. But yeah, that's just how you do it. You just use that next setup function, or you can use keybinds if you have less setups than this. That's totally fine, but a lot of people lately are really big fans of using that next wizard setup. So sorry, I'm rambling a bit, but it's really that simple, and you can get a lot of damage out. Some people use like different sets, like maybe your front bar is different too. That gets a little more complicated. Like if you want to use a BRP dual wield, like cloak with a way to enable yourself in combat, depending on like the dungeons or arenas, there's ways to go over that, but I'm not going to cover that. Anyways, there's this pre-buff function here. This is how I first started pre-buffing before like using a Maelstrom bow became really popular, because Endless Hail does a bunch of damage, and sets like Plague Slinger and some other things do a lot of damage if you're inflicting self-harm. So to use the pre-buff, you can open your skill window and then open your wizard's window, and you just hit pre-buff here, and you know, you can put any skills you want. So the first 5 are regular skills, and this one's your ultimate. So if you wanted to like pre-buff a ultimate for some reason, you can do that as well here. I like to keep this toggle checked in because that way my pre-buff skills will not switch until I hit my keybind for it. So there I hit my keybind, and then until I hit it again, it could be in a minute or whatever, it will never switch those skills. If you have the delay unchecked, it will do a 500 millisecond delay or whatever number you put in there, and sometimes that's not enough for me to use like a scalding, a caltrap, and maybe I'm on a Sork and I want a dark deal in case I get bad frag RNG or something in the beginning. So anyways, that's the most simple way to pre-buff. I showed you guys the more advanced way with the actual gear swapping with an additional setup. And then lastly, I just want to cover this Lua Code thing. So let's say on certain trash packs or boss like trash, I want to use tripods, and then on bosses I want to use heroism pots, right? It's kind of annoying and tedious when you're going really fast to remember to switch your potions all the time. So how you can do that is you use this. I'm copying it right now, and I have a slide prepared. I'm going to show you guys. You go into your wizards, and on the setup that you want a different pot, like let's say you want a Ravage health pot to proc Acuity better, or pre-buff with some Plague Singer, you go into the Lua Code by clicking this arrow here, Lua Code, and you'll paste this command. I'll leave it up for a bit in case you want to pause the video and type that in. It's all one word, SetCurrentQuickslot. I don't know if cases matter in the code here, so I would just do it this way. And this X is going to be replaced by something. So I'll switch over to my PowerPoint now to show you guys what the X represents and what you switch it to. So the X is these numbers here. So of your Quickslot, your top one is number 4. Top left is 5, left is 6, etc. It starts here. Don't ask me why, you know, I didn't make the game. But if you have a certain pot that you want to use or anything like that that wizards can't, well, it is switching it for you here, but doesn't switch for you like it does food, which is great, then you can use that with this function here. And you can do this for every setup if you want. Like I had 17 setups there. You can do it for, you know, all 17. It's totally up to you, but anyways, hope this information was helpful, and good luck in future progs. If you have any questions, my Discord is Kozen22, and my Discord itself, if you want to join it, is discord.gg /PRAV capital HER. Anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you around.